Hello, my name's Julie from So Unique, and this is Adele.
Hello.
And I will pop all the links down below where you can find both of us on social media. I mean, I'm most active on Instagram, and I have an Etsy shop, and so does Adele have an Etsy shop.
I do.
Yes, it's New Year's Eve today, so I'm not used to having somebody here with me.
It is strange.
It's thrown me a bit. Yes, New Year's Eve today, so we are having a Q&A today.
Yeah, the very first So Unique podcast, sort of.
It's a vloggy pod. It's a vloggy pod. It's not going to be an hour long. It's a vloggy pod, like other people. Vloggy pod.
Well, people were asking you questions, and this just seemed the easiest way to answer them all.
Yes.
And you've got a bunch of announcements for next year.
Oh, that's it. New items coming to the shop.
Yes, all that secret stuff that she's been teasing about for 2 weeks.
It's all going to be live very soon.
So basically the plan is to do we've got the list of questions down here of people who've asked in the comments various things. So I'm going to ask you, and then you can answer. So we'll do that first, and then afterwards we'll go into sort of all your plans for
next year.
Yeah, it's weird to say. Oh, we're in the art conservatory.
Yes, change of location this time.
Yeah.
So we've got the quilt behind us. This is the Christmas quilt that goes on my bed, which I made a couple of years ago, so keeps us nice and warm. Right, shall we start? First question.
Yes. How many children and grandchildren do you have? Many.
It's not many. 4 children, 3 boys, 1 girl. Adele is number 3 child. Carl's the eldest one. Then there's Scott. Then there's Adele, and then there's Jake. And there's 4 grandchildren, and they belong to the eldest one, Carl. Right. Next question.
How long have you been married?
A long time. How long is it? 36. It'll be 37 years next July. Yes, it will be a long time,
that. Let's move on.
Yeah. We said we don't want to say too much about that, do we?
No. Where is your craft room? Because I think people are sort of confused as to whether it's in the house or separate.
Yeah. My craft room is actually out in the garden.
Well, it's off to one side, really.
It's behind the garage. We had a piece of land there. Our garden's a funny shape. It's like, it's straight and then it goes off to a point.
Yeah, it's an odd triangle sort of shape. It looks
like the other 2 houses round the corner have taken our land, and it's not like that. It's like we've taken their land, because we're on near the end house, aren't we?
Yeah, we're very close to the top of the corner, so it means everyone else gets a rectangular garden except us. Yeah, we get this odd
We've got
triangle.
An odd shape, and the first house round the corner have even got a narrower garden than we have, and theirs is an odd shape. So we only ever use that bit of garden for growing peas.
Yeah, I only remember.
It was high up.
Yeah, it was much higher than the garden, and I only remember keeping our sort of like toys there instead of leaving them on the grass.
We did.
But how big is your room? It's a decent size.
It's sort of long, isn't it? I don't know.
If you imagine a garage, you could get a car in there easy.
Yeah.
But we dug the foundations.
12 foot, 14 foot maybe.
Maybe.
Something like that. Yeah, it's a decent size, and it's got worktop practically all the way around. Yeah. But yeah, we did all the work ourselves. I've got a scrapbook, I used to do scrapbooking back then, of all the stages of the building. And I think the first photographs in it are of Carl. He started digging.
Or was it Scott?
No, Carl. Yeah. He started digging because that part of the garden was like about 3 foot higher than the rest of the garden, so obviously all that dirt had to go, and then a bit further down. Yeah. So we've got photographs of that.
Did we do it all by hand, foundations?
We did it all by hand. It was all dug out. It was Carl, your dad, and I think Scott did some. Yeah, Scott did some as well. Because you weren't that old. I mean, I think Jake
I
was
was,
probably about
um,
8. You might have been about 14.
Yeah, so
actually,
I did some of the digging, but I remember Scott doing quite a lot of
Yeah,
it.
so that was sort of their job, and then there was a hedge behind that, the hedge to next door,
Oh, yeah.
because we were right. The hedge was right sort of on the borderline, so we had to.
Forgot we had a hedge.
We had to sort of ask permission for the next door neighbour to actually put a wall in, a retaining wall, because her ground is higher up.
Yes.
Which she did, so the wall went mainly on her half, so the back of the wall was right on the border for us, wasn't it?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And Kevin saw some bricks from somewhere in Barnsley. Some houses had been knocked down because we wanted bricks that were in keeping with our house, because our house is a 1930 style house, so we wanted all the dark red.
Yeah, because it matched the house. I remember that because I
house.
went with him to get them.
Because at that time, your dad had got a small van, so the van got cleared out, and you and Jake and Kevin, they all went traipsing back and forth to Barnsley,
all day,
loading the van up, a full day of with the bricks, and we've got pictures of all this, of the van being filled up and
well, you say
everything.
filled up, but you can only put so many bricks in any vehicle before you risk bending the chassis, and the van wasn't his, was it? So we could only put so many in.
It was
so
a
it was about
van.
6 trips to Barnsley and back. But I think what it was someone had put in an extension on their house that was old brick, but they'd done the extension in new bricks, so they had all these old bricks in their garden, and Dad found them online. I don't know.
I think it was probably off eBay.
Probably, knowing Dad.
I think it was off eBay, because Kevin's a big eBayer, he likes his eBay.
He does.
So we've got photographs of that.
So it is separate. It's a separate building. It's not attached to anything, and it's got its own flat roof.
Yeah, we had the roof done. I mean, did have people in. I mean,
we
had
the actual building, yeah.
Brother-in-law. He sort of, I suppose, project managed it really. So we had a couple of men in to build it, and that started in the January. So of course the weather's not brilliant in a January, is it? So they did that. There were a few hiccups with 1 or 2 things at that time of the year. It's got underfloor heating because there's no room for radiators, because I didn't want radiators because I lose space. So
yes, and they would have, if you'd have had them, they would have been under the worktops, which would have trapped the heat.
So underfloor heating is brilliant, and it heats up obviously overnight hours because we have economy 7, so it's cheaper.
So your room actually ended up being far fancier than our house.
Oh yes, and the door opens outwards, so I don't lose space on the inside. The only problem is with it being behind the garage, that's sort of the passageway between the garage and the house to get round to the back door. And when it's windy, it's like a wind tunnel down there, so you have to be very so careful opening the door out. But
yes,
it still was the best decision to have the door coming outwards. But it used to be all set up for paper crafting. That's what I used to do, scrapbooking, altered art, things like that. But now it's all sewing, and
somebody got back into sewing after 30 years.
I know. And I've got an actual sewing machine cabinet. Not a horn. It was a different one. I can't remember the make of it now.
Maybe like a diddy sort of.
Yeah, but there's different makes of horn cabinet. Different makes of horn cabinets, but it's like that. It's like a horn cabinet which the embroidery machine sits on, and I've actually got one of the fancy tables as well, because these came off. I think it was off. No, a friend of mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, wasn't it?
She bought them. I don't know if she found them when she was on holiday, and she bought the whole set.
Oh,
She
yeah.
bought.
Somebody was getting rid of them.
cabinets.
Yeah. So she just turned up with
And
all this stuff.
an extendable table. She had an overlocker, and it was a woman who worked, I think, for Horn, and she was giving it all up. So
Yeah, it was such a good price. So she got it all, and then asked you if you wanted some of it. 'Cause she didn't have enough room in her house, but it was too good to say.
too good a
just that
bargain
one.
to say no, I don't want it, even though it sort of fills my room up now.
Well,
So I have
proper
got
stuff.
units all the way. Not units. I've got worktop all the way around in like a.
Like a letter G.
It's like a letter G,
Yeah.
and then there's a table, and then the horn cabinet, and I've got more sewing machines out there than a little. And I've got storage obviously for the fabric out there as well, but
Yeah.
it really needs a good clearing out, because I've still got a lot of paper crafting stuff out there which needs to go now, because I don't really do that anymore.
Yes.
Yes, it's got a flat roof on, which is, I can't remember what stuff it is, but it's supposed to be some good stuff. It's like
it comes on a roll.
It comes on a roll.
What is it?
Yeah.
They tack it down. It's that really hard weatherproof stuff.
It's supposed to last, I think, about 20 years, so that's going to see me, I think. And there's facilities out there to have water as well if I wanted to sink out there, which in the first place that's what I was going
you were
to have,
going to, but then
I
you
didn't. No, so there's 2 windows and a door, so it's nice and light. It's all painted white with black worktops, and I just don't have overhead lights. Never got round to it because I was that eager to get in. That was it. I just used task lighting, and it's fine for what I do because they're very good lights. They're like on an arm, and that arm, it's all LEDs.
It's like what you got for Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah. So if you saw the Christmas vlog,
yeah, I didn't show the light though.
You can just see it on the box, the illustration.
Yeah, it's just an arm, but the arm on the other lights out in my room are sort of about that long, so it does emit a lot of light. So it is quite good. So yes, everything's out there. So it's my little domain where I can go and hide. I want peace and quiet from everybody.
Oh jeez. Yeah, moving on. So people are asking about the shop. So how do you find running a shop? I don't know, we've got a few questions sort of like, how long have you had it?
Okay, well we'll do all that together then.
Yeah.
Well, the shop, how long have we had it?
2009?
No, 2009 I started online. I started sort of online in June 2009. And then I actually opened a brick and mortar shop 13th February 2010.
Right.
It was in upstairs in the market hall. We've got a small market hall in our town centre, and that's where I started.
Yeah.
And we went to have a look at it before Christmas. And
wasn't that mid-recession?
Yes.
It was. Yeah.
Your dad was out of work at that point.
Yeah, something happened to his company. Well,
yes, he actually got made redundant, I think, just before Christmas. Again.
Fun year, that one.
That was that's happened to him twice. So yes, I took the plunge in opening a business then, which looking back, I must have been mad, really. but luckily, with it being an indoor market, each of the units had got like doors on, so you have to lift them off and go and put them around the corner. And I actually took 2 units on opposite each other, so I've got one for a shop and one for a classroom, because at that time I'd already been doing classes at home, so they've just
this was in the paper crafting
days.
That's what you opened the shop with, so it was all inks and paper. Now you're on to location number 2 for the shop.
Yes, we were there a few years, weren't we?
Yeah,
3, maybe 3 years I think we were in there. And then, I mean, at that point I sort of got friendly with the customer, and now she's my friend Sara, and we actually got together.
Oh yeah, that's how you met.
She opened a business downstairs in the market, and then
she used to do miniature dolls houses and
things like that.
She still works with her dolls.
She still does. So
then
she
moved.
Links. She moved upstairs and come and join me, because her stuff took up next to no room. So
when we say doll stuff, we mean that sort of tiny
1/12 scale, I think she did. So so then I got her into doing crocheting classes. So we had card classes running, crochet classes running.
I remember learning that.
And it was good. It was nice to have a bit of company. Then things were happening down there. We weren't very happy, and there was a new building that was being renovated, and
old building,
new
work.
Yes. And luckily Sara knew the landlord, so we decided to go and have a look. So that was just across the square really, and it's an old bank that they made into 2 floors and lots of units in there. So we decided to move because it was nice and new, and that's where we stayed. And Sara stayed with me for probably 2 years, I think, and then she decided it was time for a change. So she left, I continued, did expand because at that point we'd got 3 units, but 2 were in my name, 1 was in Sara's name, and then the one across the way came available, so we took that on, and that was in Adele's name, and that's where we did the classes, because Adele then started doing the paper crafting classes.
Yeah, I did some
there.
card making classes for a year or 2. I'm not.
Might have been
sure.
about 18 months,
Yeah.
but it's really been a very up and down. It's been a roller coaster ride of like 10 years.
Yeah, and in that time, sewing became very popular again because of, what was it, the Great British Sewing Bee?
Yeah.
And that Kirsty's Homemade, Kirsty's Homemade Home and stuff like that, brought it back. And so paper crafting went down and sewing went up.
It really plummeted. And of course, I sold paper crafting.
The top was full.
Scrapbooking, things for stamps. We did cross stitch, jewellery making.
Everything that took up a lot of space.
And we just sort of started getting into the fabric when paper crafting plummeted. So obviously we built up more of the fabric and started to get rid of the paper crafting, because apart from that, I mean, Crate and Craft was getting quite big at that point as well, and everybody just wanted to shop online, and they'd come in and say, well, I've forgotten to order some glue and things like that. So sale wise just sort of went downhill. But like I say, things are very up and down. If I had to do it all again, I probably would. I'd probably make some changes, but I probably would still do it, because I always wanted a shop, and it was something that you wanted and just never thought you'd get. But I did get it, and I've still got it.
Yes. But now
even though,
fabric.
Like July last year, I made the decision. I was actually going to pack it all in all together, because things were getting bad again. I think with Brexit, people sort of stopped spending a bit, and so I made the decision just to get rid of the other side, all 3 units, and just stick with the one.
You downsized.
But luckily this 1 unit is actually 2 units, but it's the bank vault, so
yes, one side's the bank vault, one's a normal room. It's
something that can't actually be rented out, that side, so I've got double space really. So, and it's all just fabric, haberdashery and yarn now.
Yes. Remember when you said you weren't going to be a wool shop? I'm going to be a wool shop. No, not me. Whole room.
Whole room full
of
wool.
1 room. So shop now is all haberdashery stuff. You got 1 room of wool, and then 1 room of fabric, basically. All your threads. And
haberdashery is sort of in both, isn't it?
Yes.
And I cut my hours down, so instead of working 6 days a week down there, I now work 3 days a week down there, and the rest of the time I work at home and online. And it's the best decision I made. I want to stop with classes as well. Oh yeah, you stopped doing classes. Because I did find as well, with YouTube and everything, people were quite happy to watch that. People were going to other classes. I mean, everywhere you look, whether it was a library, a pub, a coffee shop, there were classes being held of some kind. So people weren't that bothered, and if they already went to one, they weren't really bothered about going to another one.
No, and you used all the thing is, you use all the proper stuff, so you're for like more hardcore crafters, you know, with proper fabric. It's always been cotton, 100% cotton all the time. So that puts the price up, and we're in a small town, so you either are from here or if you have to travel to here.
And not everybody wants to spend the money as well. I have got to say that for around here, you know, people don't want. Sometimes people just can't afford it. So yes, they will go. They will go to, where is it? Not Lidl, Aldi. They have fabric packs.
That was a surprise.
Some people love it. I don't buy it because, you know, I'm used to having good quality 100% cotton, which I like, which I know washes, it doesn't shrink, it's perfect.
Okay, now you're just bashing Aldi.
No, I probably am bashing Aldi, but I don't care.
Shop there.
They cause problems for small businesses. We need to support small businesses on the high street, no matter what they are. I mean, our town centre is... it's really...
You've done it. She's going to do a rant now.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you have to fit
I'm
our
going
town
off
centre
tangent
around
here,
here.
about the shop. But
We're only halfway through the questions.
shops suffer. Shops are suffering.
Yeah, I know.
People, I mean, we've lost a lot of our buses in the town centre. We've lost both banks. People have no reason to come in now, you know, because they'd come to the bank and then they'd come in and see me. They don't do that because they don't have to now. So I'm not saying anymore.
You don't.
So
okay.
yes.
Quickly, what did you do before the shop? Well, you did classes here.
I used to do
On and
card
off.
making classes at home.
Yeah.
But basically I was a stay-at-home mum. Really. I stayed at home. I didn't go to work. That's nice.
Well,
I did bits. I mean, obviously, as they were all getting older, I used to dinner lady. I used to do a bit of cleaning.
Yeah, you've done all sorts at school.
Obviously, I worked before I had children, and I worked in a sewing factory. And we used to make things for Boots and Marks and Spencers and things like that. But yeah, I mean, then when my children were little, it wasn't sort of working from home like it is today, because you see a lot of vloggers that have got young children and they're dying young while they're trying to look after the kids. There were nothing like that. I didn't do anything like that. There was no YouTube around really then.
No.
We didn't have a computer till Carl was 12, and I mean, he's 34 now, so you know, and it was one computer, and
the family computer.
Everybody wanted to use it, but yeah, how things have changed.
No, I don't miss dial-up.
No,
That horrible sound.
Oh God, yeah, dial-up. And then when you lost it.
Oh no, let's get away from the past. Away from the past. Okay. We've got a few questions about yarn. So what do you have a favourite yarn? Our favourite of the moment, maybe?
Probably, well, I'll say 4, maybe 3. I like Stylecraft yarn, because that seems to be a good all-rounder.
It is.
It washes well. Even the acrylic special is really nice. I mean, I know I sell Stylecraft and that's how I got into using it, but that's what I started off using it, and it's really nice. And I like opal yarn.
Which one's that?
Well, everybody who's a knitter will know.
Okay.
You won't.
I don't remember the opal one.
No, opal's newish. Opal's I only got that in earlier on this year.
Okay.
But sometimes it's got sparkle in it and it's quite nice. I like opal yarn. And I like West Yorkshire Spinners yarn. Now that is, I like the sock yarn, the 4-ply sock yarn. That's all I've probably used. It's got, I think, 75% wool in it, but it's really nice. And I never thought I would have any yarn with wool in it, because I'd never liked wool, because it was always that itchy thing. Yeah. But I think yarns have changed though over the years.
They do seem softer. I remember the jumpers I used to wear when I was little.
Well, they all had knitted jumpers. All the kids had knitted jumpers. My mum used to knit
so itchy.
All the jumpers. They weren't all itchy.
Some of them were.
No, they weren't. When Jake was, not when he was born, it was his first Easter, so he was only a baby, and my mum knitted him this brown bunny suit, and he'd got the bunny slippers with the ears on it, and he got a little bunny hat.
I have no memory of this.
So sweet, and I've still got it now.
Oh my God.
But it wasn't the softest of yarn, I must admit. But it looks so cute. So cute.
See these photos. I haven't seen these.
Yes, we've got them. And I like indie dyed yarn, because it's so soft. It's gorgeous, but
All that stuff you buy offline.
yeah, it is so expensive to buy. So that is a treat.
Some of it.
That's a treat. I've got a nice little stash. and I use it to make my socks with and things like that, but it's mine, it's not for anybody else.
No.
I don't share that yarn.
Yeah. Speaking of socks, what made you decide to suddenly knit socks? Where did that come from? Because you were like, nope, too hard, nope.
Yeah, well, yeah, again, it was my mum that used to knit socks, and Adele had them all. I was never interested, and
Well, they are very warm, and I get very cold feet. You don't get cold feet.
No, I don't know. I mean, yeah, my mum knits socks, but she used to do it with. I don't know if she used to do it with 3 needles or 4 needles, I can't remember. But when they brought out sock patterns with 5 needles, it totally flummoxed her. I mean, obviously she was late 70s then, early 80s, and she couldn't cope with that. But after she died, it might have been about a year later, I think on, I don't know, probably Facebook, everybody was knitting handmade socks, and it seemed to be the thing, and I hadn't knitted for years, and I just wanted to knit socks. I just had that urge, I had to knit socks, so I joined one of the Facebook books. I think it was Winwick Mum, and there was a free sock pattern on there, and I got some yarn off Instagram. I think I got a set of 4 needles and a cable needle, and I couldn't get on with the 4 needles, so I went on to the cable needle, which it took me a while to get used to, but I love that. And I think the yarn was it a Regia or something? It got quite a bit of wool in it. And I had a lot of help off these ladies off the Facebook group, which was really good because my socks were inside out. And it totally flummoxed me, I didn't know what to do. So yeah, and then I bought the Winwick Mum's book, Basic Sock Knitting, which I still use now, and yeah, I love it. I've only got a few pairs of socks finished. I've got several half-done socks in my project bags, which I shared a few weeks ago, so they're all going to get finished next year because I'm not starting anymore until they're done.
I want to see the socks with the little toadstool pattern in you're doing. I want to see those finished.
I've got there's one finished. There's one finished.
Half a pair.
There's one finished, and I enjoy doing them, but I think the yarn's a bit thick.
For you, or just in general?
Just knitting the socks, it was a bit of a hard slog.
Okay.
But now I'm going to get the other one finished. They'll be ready for next year, for autumn. I haven't even finished my Strictly socks yet.
Oh, goodness,
and I know the cut-off date's like the end of January, so we'll have to see. I don't have high hopes of finishing them.
Yeah.
I
think that's all the.
Are we still filming? Because
yeah. See,
I can't see the flashing dot. I don't want to run out of time.
I'm surprised your phone can record this long. It's pretty good.
How long have we been going?
Half an hour. I told you it would take longer than you thought it would.
Okay, that's going to keep going off on a tangent.
We've only got a couple more questions before we get on to what we're doing. Next one's who makes all your Fimo charms? Because I don't think it was very clear in the videos, but it's me.
Yes, Adele makes all the Fimo charms. I don't. You'd end up with a sausage or something like a 4-year-old would. I'm afraid I'm not very good at that. Mind you, I did manage to do a one for the top of a cake and penguin for her when she was little. So
I've still got it. It's on the shelf.
I can do things.
Yeah, he's lost his beak though. Lost his beak 20 years ago.
I think it's time for a new one. But yes, it's Adele that does all of them. So any that we make are sort of limited edition.
They are, because thank you to anyone who bought any of the little gnomes, the Tomties, because those took, I think, about 6 hours. I only made 12 or 13, which is because they're so small that it makes it take longer. It seems like it wouldn't, but if you've ever done Fimo, it really does. So yeah, those are all me, and it's been a while since I've done anything with Fimo, because I tried to get into it every couple of years and it's never stuck. But I'm hoping for 2020 we'll get
a lot more.
Yeah, maybe once a month I'm planning to do something, but we will get on to more of that people have been asking sort of what kind of tutorials are you planning for next year? Because people very much liked the baubles, the Christmas baubles. Of course, there's no footage of that because those baubles are...
They were already made.
Some of them a couple of years old, so...
Yeah.
Tutorials.
Yes. Well, the Christmas baubles, yes, I will be doing them. So there'll be the fabric ones and the button ones, definitely. Because I could always do with some more button baubles. So there'll be that, there'll be sewing. What else?
I think...
I can't remember. I've got a little list of things written down that I know people have asked for.
Something about zips, I think, was
I think
one
somebody
of them,
asked about putting zips in into purses and that. And so the corners don't fold in, because that looks a bit of a mess, I think. It's not easy sometimes. But there'll be a lot of sewing. I mean, somebody did ask me about how I use my sock needles. So, I'll try and have a go and do that. But,
I think really you're just sort of waiting for people to ask.
Yes, I mean, if there's anything you want
her
to
know.
say, just ask. Or there is going to be some quilting ones, that was it, because somebody did ask me...
log cabin.
Log cabin.
Yes. That's the one where it's all rectangles, isn't it, that go round?
So I think I've been trying to think sort of how to do it. So I think I might sort of decide on the size of a square and then sort of end up making a quilt with all the samples, things like that. So at the end of the year I'll have a finished quilt. And then I can probably show how I put my quilts together, and if I use slashing, how I do that, or quilt as you go, depending on what I decide to do.
Yes. But if there's anything
you want to say,
just comment. Otherwise you're not going to know, because that's the thing. Tutorials, it's difficult to know what to do, what people are interested in, and they're a bit difficult to film. So if you know sort of in advance, then we can plan.
That's it, because like doing that rope basket, that was hard to film, because I kept needing to change positions of the camera, and then your hands are in the way. So I could do with somebody there just filming in different positions,
When you say somebody,
I mean you now. I mean you. Nobody else is going to do it, is it?
I've gotten too involved now.
If I let your dad do it, he'd talk too much.
So speaking of plans, we're going to get into all this stuff we're planning for next year. Yeah, because the Christmas giveaway, people were they seem to like that. So we talked about doing a giveaway every month in 2020, but then it's like, what do we do? So
I think we'll take 1 month at a time, really. We've got plans, ideas, I should say, for each month of next year.
So
but we're going to take 1 month at a time, I think, just in case we could change our mind.
Yeah, because what it means we've picked a theme for each month. So the giveaway is going to be things based around that theme, and maybe you'll get a tutorial once a month, maybe, that will match that theme. And so January's theme is the Highland Coo.
And sort of Scottish, I think, because I've got 1 or 2 things I would like to pop in maybe later on in the month.
Yes.
I'm just going to throw her off, you say.
Because the cow turned out to be incredibly popular.
So these are Highland Cow wall hangings. So these will be available in the shop soon. I'm not saying when, the Etsy shop, because I just need to get some bits together. But they will come as a kit, or they can be ordered to be made to order for gifts and things like that.
Because this design is our felt design for our little hanging cow, which we haven't got any because they've all sold.
They've all gone.
Yeah, we've got more kits to put together, but
that's because we've run out of kits as well.
Yeah, the popularity of the Highland Cow just exploded this December. So we thought, since we're already thinking about that for the whole of January, we're going to do bits that are themed around Highland cows.
And Scotland.
And Scotland. So you want to upload bits to the Etsy shop.
Yes.
So that's one of your goals for next year, isn't it? To sort of get the Etsy shop running, well, more running.
Yeah, so there'll be themes each
Yes.
month, but there'll only be a limited edition.
Mhm.
So there might be like 10 of these available,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Yes, because we can't make too many of these things. They take too much time.
They will be all sort of made to order.
Mm.
And I've got the fabric in. The patterns are printed off, and we've got so many hoops. So so they'll be made to order.
Yes, yeah. So everything's going to be. So you can see that one is. I'll put pictures up on the screen.
This is a notebook to go in your project bag for making notes on your knitting. So they're all plain pages on the inside, and we've put a cow pre-motion applique on there, and it's on a piece of tartan.
Yes. So
I mean, this is not Harris tweed tartan. This is just, I don't know what the fabric content is, but it's just a piece of ordinary tartan.
Yeah, it's a nice little notebook. Yeah. So if you're into Highland cows, that's what we're going to be doing, and you'll probably be making some stuff that she'll get to show you. Yeah. So, those rings are the things she's been hiding, teasing people. And the next things we've got stitch markers.
Stitch markers
and charms, that sort of thing.
Stitch markers, progress. They're both. They're a stitch marker and a progress keeper. But obviously, if you don't want it like that, we can always take the ring off.
Yeah, and that just means that it's
charm.
That just means it's got a lobster clasp and a ring, so you can use it as either a stitch marker or a progress keeper.
So as it's a Scottish theme, we've got.
I'll pop them up on the screen.
We have got a Celtic knot and a thistle.
Yes.
But yeah, like Adele says, we'll pop all the photographs in, so they'll be over us while we're talking.
Yes.
And the next one, this is the favourite, I think.
Yeah.
That is a Fimo Highland cow head, whatever you want to call it.
Yes. So you'll be able to see on the close up that they're Fimo and they're I've forgotten what size they are. But these took me about, I think I only made a few, and it took about 12 hours. Over 2 days.
And then this is a full Highland cow, but we're going to just list this as like a charm. I mean, they've been coated in something, and it's
resin.
It's made the horns quite sturdy, so they're not going to break. It's just if it gets caught on your knitting, but you could always put it on a purse or something like that. Yeah. You know, so.
Yeah, because those were my first attempt at female Highland cows.
But it's so cute because it's a proper Highland cow. Gorgeous.
Yeah. I call them the potato cows because their little body is shaped like a potato.
But there's only so many of these female ones. Like
I can't make any more.
10 or 12. That's it. Once they've gone, they've gone.
Yeah, well, there's actually only 5 of the Diddy ones.
Now, these are our design that we've had put on acrylic. So that's your Diddy Highland Cool stitch marker.
Yes, that's half an inch charm, that one.
Which is perfect for socks, and they're very lightweight. And then this is a slightly bigger one, which you can use it as a stitch marker on probably a larger garment like a jumper. It's quite light, but it's quite thick as well.
I think it's 3mm thick,
3
that
mil
acrylic.
thick,
and the place we get them from, all the acrylic is 100% recycled. So we're not being bad to the environment.
Which is good to know. So
yes, so
we will put, like I said, Adele will put the photographs.
Yes.
She's going to be editing this.
Yes.
It's her job this time.
So, and probably what's your favourite thing?
Oh, wait a minute. And we're going to put the pattern on, weren't we?
Oh yeah,
so
the whole point of this.
Yeah, what we decided to do, I don't know whether we're going to put it on for the month or just for a fortnight, but is for a download of the pattern of the Highland cow on Etsy.
Yes.
And we've never put a download on of anything, so we need
No.
to sort of work that out
I
and
know
make
how to do a
sure it
download.
works. But yeah, because I mean, there's people out there who live overseas who might not want a kit, might just want the pattern. So
Yes.
we are going to start and put some patterns on, but
Yeah.
these are just going to go on for like a fortnight, so you'll be able to download. It's not going to cost too much, so you'll be able to do
so
that.
that will be available for a limited time, and it is just the pattern. You will just download it and then use your own materials.
Mm-hmm.
We thought that we might try doing that maybe once a month, have it as a special offer. The kit still will be available. If you want all the same stuff that you've used, then you can buy that as well.
So these are all going to be sort of released throughout the month. They're not all going to go on Etsy in one fell swoop.
No, not done yet.
No.
But it was just something to focus on each month. So because it's hard to know what to film. And we're coming up with new stuff.
Yes, we've got a new design. It's a new Highland cow.
Yes.
I mean, we only came up with this suggestion
Day before yesterday.
Day before
It didn't
yesterday,
exist until
and
day
it was
before
like,
yesterday.
Adele, you know, what can you do? And off she went. And once I went to cut it out to actually put it on a project bag, I changed it. I got rid of some layers, but I've actually got an idea what to do with it. So I'm going to show you what it looks like.
Yeah.
That you can see that. So it actually looks like a proper.
Yes, it's a more realistic one.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this is going to be good. So I've got an idea for that. So we'll show you the bag. That is the bag, and there's going to be a limited number of these. I think tomorrow or the day after I'm going to get all this cream fabric cut, so I know how many bags I can offer, because this is a nice fine soft needle cord.
Yes.
And it's got a bit of sparkle.
It's a bit glittery. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. I'll try and get some later.
It's very, very fine sort of glitter to it, but it looks like frost on a frosty morning. It's like that.
Very poetic.
Yes. And the fabric is Harris tweed, so I've dived into my basket of Harris tweed.
You've had it for long enough, to be fair.
I've only got so much fabric, but these are the medium bags that I make, and it holds 300 grams of yarn. There is actually 300 grams in there.
Pretty easily, actually. Yeah.
So the fabric on the inside will coordinate the best that I can with what's on the front, and it's all free motioned.
Yes, that's new for you. Well, sort of new for you.
But actually, this is the first one, and it went perfectly. I couldn't believe it. All these little in and outy bits of the coo, and it all went brilliantly. And as I've got a new foot for my big machine, the foot is very tiny, and I've got an open foot and a closed foot, and I think that's going to be perfect. Obviously you can't go as fast on that machine, you have to turn your speed down to medium, but yeah, so obviously in green at the minute, so yes, so that's our new bag.
Yes, and your plan is to put is this design going on purses? Was that your plan?
Maybe, it might just be the head on a purse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to have to just see how it looks when it's scaled down.
Yes. Because I've got it here, and this is the size that it is. Hopefully you can see it, not too glary. But I actually originally did it as you can see all these pieces here are the sort of chest fluff, and you only did one layer. So, but I'm thinking if you did a cushion, maybe at time, then you could do all these as a separate layer.
Yeah. Well, I am going to make something that's got all the layers on, so you can see what it's like. But I'm not telling you. I'm going to keep that secret until I've made it, just in case it doesn't work out right. But I'm looking forward to doing that. And if I've got time, I'd like to do it tonight, but I don't think I'm going to have time.
Yeah.
I've got housework to do and tidying up to do, and things like that, boring stuff really. But yeah, but this week I will have a go at using this pattern. I mean, we're not actually releasing any of these patterns for sale for this one because it's obviously just coming out, but maybe within 6 months we might do.
Right, that's the plan. Okay.
I think so. Yes. I think we ought to maybe sell more patterns.
That's one thing.
Maybe we could
downloads
just,
is so easy for people.
Maybe we could just do some that are just for downloads.
Maybe, yes. Let us know.
Yes, if there's anything you want, anything different, let us know.
Because I designed that. I don't know if we said at the beginning.
No, well, Dale does all the designing.
Yes.
And she has actually done designs for other people as well.
Yeah, I am.
More, I think more for Sara.
Oh yeah, I designed all her logos and everything.
So Adele does all my logos and stickers and business cards, things like that.
Designed the business cards.
And we've got all our details on the back, so you're out on YouTube and Etsy and...
the female charms, while they're up here, they come in a little tin.
Yes.
So they are protected in the post.
They're just on here for show. But yes, all the charms will be posted out in a tin. It's like the Thompsons, they're posted out in a tin.
Yes.
We don't want any accidents and them not arriving in one piece.
Oh God, if he turned up without his nose, I'd be so upset. But this is all sort of at the end of the month. Everything you've seen here, or at least some of them, are going to be part of a giveaway. Because that again was the original plan, to have a giveaway every month, and that's how we came up with the idea of doing a theme, so you had something to focus on.
That's it. Yeah.
It is difficult to decide what to film. So you're still doing your vlogs and everything. It's just going to be.
Oh, yeah. The vlogs are still going to be weekly. I'm not sure if I'll get anything for this Saturday, but there might be a little bit. There might be a little one, and then we'll be back to normal next weekend.
Okay, yeah.
Because I want to try and get on with some proper work this week while I'm at home, at most of my free time with nobody around, apart from Thursday, because I'm childminding on Thursday. So it's a good job I'm not at work.
So in with these monthly themes, if you have any ideas, because we've got a few that we want to do.
Well, we've got enough for the year, haven't we?
Yeah, we changed our minds already for the Highland Cow. It was going to be something else for January, but we thought with the Highland Cow, we've already sort of got things for that, and there is more coming. We've got more charms ordered, but it'll be throughout the month, so it's not like, oh look, this is all the stuff we did in one day or anything like that.
Yeah, it's going to be over the month, because we're going to have some bag charms, aren't we?
Yes.
We're going to have some sparkly ones, which is going to be really nice.
So if you've got any ideas for monthly themes or anything you'd like to see, just comment it below. Because we've got, I know at some point we're planning to do bees, I think.
Yes, bees is one of them. Mermaids, I think, was the other one.
Mermaids.
So there'll be like a bit of a sea life theme in there. It's not just going to be totally mermaids. And
But nothing's set in stone, because life.
We can change our minds, can't we?
Yes, yeah.
And you just never know what's going to happen, do you? So.
No, that's why we've done a lot of it before January even starts, just to get ahead.
So then we'll be starting on February soon.
Nothing like making a plan, isn't it?
I know.
Now we've got to stick to it.
That's it. So we've said.
I know, so that they know.
I know. Well, they'll be saying, well, where is it? Where haven't you done it? You're teasing us again. Yes.
Yes, I'm teasing people. Talking about all your sewing and then not showing any sewing.
I like doing that. You'll find that out. I like doing that. Oh dear. Yes, well, that's everything we've got to show, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
we've answered all the questions. So
yes.
So I think we'll call it a day now. So
we've gone on long enough.
Yes. I think if there's anything, like I said, if there's anything you want to ask, anything you want to know, or any suggestions, just pop them down below this video.
Yes. So anything that you've already done that you liked,
and if you want to delve back on, comment, because this is the first time she's done this. So yeah, could become a regular this. See what people say. So yeah, if you like seeing Adele on and you want to see her back.
This was hard. Talking to a camera, it's weird. It's weird and hard.
Comment down below, bring her back. Because if you say you've got to come back, Adele, she will come back. So, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for all the questions,
Mhm.
and I hope we've answered everything okay. I think we went off into a bit of a tangent in some parts, but
It's called ranting.
but I think we got there.
Yes, yes.
So we'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.